And I still haven't changed. I did the same thing last week. It is Thursday night again. We are here. We are at the Cantina Happy Hour. Hello, everybody. I am sorry I had the wrong clip loaded for our intro.
Unbelievable.
We are
classic.
We are a professional organization.
And the force is with me. I'm one with the force. The force is with me. So be it, Jedi.
And while that was playing, I fixed it so we will be ready for next week. We're good to go.
All right.
Sure.
I am David, your host. Welcome to the Cantina Happy Hour. Glad you're joining us right here on Geek News Now. With me, as always, is my co-host Debbie. How are you, Debbie?
I'm good. I'm so excited to talk about Mando since we didn't get to do it. Well, the first two scenes since we didn't get to do it the first time around. So
No, we didn't. And also with us tonight is Cam from Cam and Focus. How are you, Cam?
I'm doing good. Little inebriated, not gonna lie, but I'm good.
There's nothing wrong with that. We might actually get some good comments out of you this time.
Oh wow!
Oh, sorry.
wow,
Just hit me with a zinger this
okay.
early in the game.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. Maybe we'll get something funny. We can use it as a short and throw it on YouTube. There you go.
Jeez.
Biscardi did that to me last night on the Geek and I podcast.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's just like I guess I didn't think about it when I said what I said, but I didn't think it sounded that bad.
That you were on a double date with your brother? That sounded pretty bad.
But the boys took it the wrong way, so yeah.
Why are you dating your brother? Gross.
Luke and Leia.
There
you go.
This is entering some weird territory.
So is that because it was like one of those things where I want to go to homecoming, but I can't get anybody to go with me, so I'll just take my brother?
No, I was dating my fiance at the time, and that's why it was a double date. It was with my fiance, and we were double dating with my brother and his wife. So But evidently I didn't say it correctly and the boys took it the wrong way. So
just keep telling yourself that, Indiana.
I know.
Well, Mando season 1. Okay, so Mando season 1, we were actually just discussing this, came out in 2019, which was why we didn't talk about it because our show didn't start until 2021. And actually in 2019, about the time Mando was starting, Geek News Now was just kind of in its little
infancy,
fledgling stage.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we weren't quite as where we are right now. So we've grown.
Not quite as refined.
Or professional. You saw that with the intro. I mean, come on.
That's debatable.
So anyway, Mando season 1, episode 1. This is. I want to step back. I want to look at it. The first season, just the first season, actually the whole series really is something that I think Star Wars fans actually kind of all agree on, that this is probably like the best Star Wars that Disney has put out. Barring Book of Boba Fett, because we know that's Mando season like 2.1, but the Mandalorian, just seasons 1, 2, and 3. I think the general consensus among fans, you can walk into a room of Star Wars fans and say, "I love the Mandalorian," and you're going to get 99.9% of the people in there going, "Yeah, we do too. This is the way." Woo! So this is just and looking back, I think really the only complaint anybody ever had about this show was that some of the episodes were too short. It's like, oh, it's only 35 minutes long.
Yeah, I mean, but between that and some people thinking that some of the episodes felt like filler, but I mean,
It all added
here's
to
the
the greater
thing.
story.
Here's the thing: if it progresses the story, then it's not filler.
Exactly. And especially when you get things like, I think one of the ones that was talked about was the Prison Break episode.
Yeah,
And they're like, this is just, what is this? This is dumb. But then in season 2, what happens? We get Bill Burr back, and he plays a great character that everybody loves, and it's like, oh well, I guess that was a pretty good episode then, wasn't it?
it's like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
It's like
Who'd have thunk it?
It's like Filoni and Favreau kind of had some kind of game plan for the whole
a plan in Star,
yeah.
They had a
Star Wars.
Wow.
Please.
Guess what, people? Kathleen Kennedy's a producer, so she approved all of this. So she knew. Those of you Kathleen Kennedy haters out there.
Oh, but she's killing Star Wars, right?
Oh yeah, just completely destroying it. We love you, Kathleen. If you want to come on the show, we'll be happy to have you. We know you're watching with Filoni and Favreau, so we know you're there.
Got a little home theater set up there. They got popcorn ready. It's like, okay, these guys are going to talk about some things that we like.
When are they going to say my name? When are they going to say my name?
Oh, he said it! He said it!
Oh, there was. All right. So season 1, episode 1. This kicked off to me like and I watched it and I was like, okay, I want a Western. I want to see the Star Wars Western, because that's always the way, you know, watching the previews prior to the show, it was like, this is the way it's playing out. It's like, oh, this is a shoot from the hip, meet me out in the street, high noon, blah 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 blah. Gunslinger, yeah, kind of show. And the whole first scene really played that out. You had the CD bar with the tough customers, and he kind of just enters the door, and everybody stops and stares at him.
I mean, it's the equivalent of some like, you know, crazy Western gunslinger kicking in the swinging doors of a saloon.
Yeah. And then just walking up to the bar, whiskey, and he throws money on the table, and everybody's kind of like, oh, this guy's kind of tough, but we're going to go back to our business. So, I mean, it's just, and then of course he has to deal with the bad guys, and that's fine. And of course he dominates everybody because,
of course,
and he doesn't really say a word.
No, he really doesn't either.
Not until he's taking care of everybody and he's talking to the actual bounty.
Yeah.
Can you warm, or I can bring you in
cold? Dead or alive, you are coming with me. Oh, wrong series.
Because everybody knows that the best way to endear an audience to your main character is to show them being good at everything.
Yeah, exactly. And the same thing goes here as when you go back to the cantina and Han shot Greedo. You'll notice I didn't say Han shot first, because that implies that Greedo shot second. So Han just shot. When Han shot Greedo, yeah, exactly. So when Han shot Greedo, it was a shoot from the hip, don't ask questions, get him before he gets you kind of thing. So it's you know, it's the good guy, but the good guy has a little bit of a rough side to him, to where you don't want to mess with him. So he can be mean and nasty when he needs to be, even though he's still the hero.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing, though. I mean, it's a great way to show that your character has more layers to them, you know, but by showing that they're not exactly morally righteous. You know, you can have a morally great character and have them still be a great character. I mean, Han Solo is a shining example of that. He's a smuggler. He's a scoundrel. I mean, he's
spice runner.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for all intents and purposes, he's a criminal. He works for a crime lord.
Scum and villainy. Yes.
Exactly. But you know what draws us to him? His his quips, his quick wit, his marksmanship, I guess you would say.
Go ahead and say it, Debbie. His good looks.
He's Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
There you go.
You had that ready.
Oh, I was ready. I was ready. I knew it was coming.
I think Biscardi brought that up last night too on Pick on Debbie Day. Pick on Debbie week.
A week. Yeah. Hey.
See, all it's going to take is for us to find out Harrison Ford's birthday and have that be Debbie Day.
Debbie, yeah. We can't have it.
I believe it's in. No, I think it's.
You
November.
would know when his birthday was, Debbie.
Now I gotta look it up. It's in the fall.
Okay. Uh-oh.
It's September or November.
Well, there you go.
Go ahead, move along.
Move along.
I'm looking it up.
We also got so he brings the bounty. He takes the bounty. He takes the bounty's money, which is funny too. That scene kind of reminded me of that scene in Deadpool, in the first Deadpool movie when he showed up at the guy's apartment and the guy was delivering the pizza, and he says, "Here, just take my wallet. Just get out and leave me alone." He goes, "I'm not here for you, but I'm keeping your wallet because you gave it to me." So. You gave it to me, so okay. But anyway, so but
his birthday is July 13th.
July 13th. Wow,
baby.
Okay, so somebody look up quick. Does that fall on a Thursday?
Yeah, my brother's birthday is July 13th.
God. Ooh, let me look it up because.
If it falls,
we could have.
I was gonna say if it falls,
we
on
could have
Thursday,
like a Harrison Ford day.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just thinking.
Whoops.
Oh yeah, we would span the Lucasfilm library. It wouldn't just be Star Wars. We would.
It lands on a Thursday.
Woo! Okay.
Unbelievable.
So
my God! It's like
everybody take notes.
Stars.
Oh yeah. Oh hey. We're not going to be in Ahsoka yet either, so it's not like we're interrupting anything. So on July the 13th, that will be a very special episode of Geek GNN Cantina Happy Hour where we will be celebrating Harrison Ford's birthday.
Oh,
so just for Debbie, we're going to let her have her moment, and it's going to be.
I'm going to have to get a drool bucket or a drool bib.
I might get me a cupcake and eat it on the air too. Happy birthday. Just because.
I may have to find like a Harrison Ford shirt or something, like one of those shirts that has just Harrison Ford all over it, different characters in it.
I don't think I have a Han Solo shirt. Or a shirt with Han Solo on it, I should say.
I used to have an Indiana Jones t-shirt, Raiders.
I have a Millennium Falcon shirt. I don't know if that counts.
I've got a Millennium Falcon shirt, so
I will find something by July 13th if I have to buy it.
I've got a Millennium. I've got a Millennium.
Prime.
Yeah, there you go. I've got a Millennium Falcon shirt and some Chewbacca underwear.
I have Chewbacca underwear too. They're Valentine's Day underwear.
Oh, mine aren't. Mine are just regular wear Valentine.
Wow.
What?
Hey, don't hate Debbie. Them things are comfy.
You don't wear Chewbacca underwear?
No.
Well.
Yeah. You don't have no.
I don't have any Star Wars underwear, so.
Oh, I do. What? I've got a pair. I can wear a pair every day for a week and a half and not wear the same pair twice.
My.
And if I add my holiday themed ones, like I've got St. Patty's Day and Valentine's Day and Christmas, and I thought I had maybe I've got 2 Valentines. If I add those all in, I could go like 2 weeks. Yeah. Oh, I'm good. And I do my laundry once a week. So anyway. Yeah, we're done talking about my underwear now, so. he goes back to the ship. We learn about his distaste for droids because the first pilot ship that we get to, he says no droids. Oh, but this one's the best speeder, blah blah blah. And he brings over a speeder with a human in it. And thank God it was Brian Posehn. I love that guy. I love him. If you haven't seen any of his stand-up, go watch his stand-up because he's hilarious.
I was gonna say that guy looks so familiar, but I can never place where I've seen him before.
He was on Big Bang.
He was on Big Bang
Theory.
for a long time. Well, for a long time, quite a few episodes. He was Bert, the geologist.
That's who that is.
That's who that is.
Oh my God.
He was in. He's been in a lot. He's one of those people that's been in so much stuff, and once you realize who it is, you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know he was in this movie, kind of thing. So yes, he's amazing. He's been in a lot of stuff. IMDb him. He's great. Go check out his. He's got a. Go to YouTube after this show is over with and look up Brian Posehn yelling stuff. Find the yelling stuff one because that one is hilarious. That's like my all-time favorite. I love doing that. I love listening to that one. And I'll listen to it over and over again. Anyway, all that aside. Oh, big yawn.
That was a big yawn.
So we get we have the attack by the ice monster thing. We get away from the ship. Now, something something that's very interesting about this is, and I looked at this, and for some reason, this was like the first time I noticed this. But that thing grabbed his ship, and to get it off, he used his rifle, and he whacked it. He didn't shoot it. He hit him with the rifle.
I thought he electrocuted it.
Well,
did you see like little blue
sparks,
whatever? Yeah,
But, it was like cattle prod.
But even still, if you back up just a little bit, well, I say a little bit. If you go back to Boba Fett's first appearance in the Star Wars universe, and that would be in the holiday special when he was in the cartoon, and they had the cartoon, and they were watching the cartoon, and Luke and the droids land in the Y-wing, and this monster shows up, and it turns out Boba Fett is riding him, and to steer the monster or to get it to do what he wants, he whacks it with his rifle, which happens to be the exact same rifle that Din Djarin is carrying around at this point. So yeah. I was like, oh, look, that's a clever nod to the original Boba Fett. I really liked that. I thought it was good. Hilarious. And we get our first look at the Razor Crest, which we all love. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we are talking spoilers about Mando Season 1, Episode 1. So if you haven't seen Season 1, Episode 1, what is wrong with you?
Surprise, surprise.
Go watch it! Have you not? Seriously? You haven't seen it? Have you been living under a rock?
That's a big rock they've been living under.
Cheese and crackers. Go watch
Big
Mando
rock.
Season 1. This is, and honestly, this is one of the times too. I think Disney could really make out like a bandit on this one, to where if they said, "Okay, you can watch Mando by subscribing to our streaming service," and then 3-4 months after it's aired, we're going to release a Blu-ray set, and you can get the whole season on one Blu-ray set, because then you would have the people that just want to watch it, and the people that don't want to pay for the streaming service, they'd go buy the Blu-rays. Or you'd have the idiots like me who watch it on the streaming service, and because we have to have a hard copy of it because it's Star Wars, we would go and buy the Blu-rays anyway. And then your wife would yell at you and say, "Can't you just watch this on Disney Plus?" And I'd be like, "But I have to have it. I have to have the Blu-rays, but you'll never watch them." Yeah, I know, but I gotta have them anyways. People just don't understand.
Well, I mean, there's something so fulfilling about having that ownership over something, because
Exactly.
if something is completely relegated to a streaming site, if anything happens to that streaming site, then it's gone forever.
Yep.
That's why I wish that Marvel would get on the ball of release WandaVision on Blu-ray, release Falcon and Winter Soldier on Blu-ray, release all these shows on Blu-ray because people will buy them.
What did HBO just remove? I watch. It's not HBO Max anymore. I'm old school. It's HBO Max.
It's just Max.
So I
It's
watch
just Max
that
now.
but I don't watch it like all the time. So
I do.
I live on that site these days, honestly, because there's so
Really?
much now. It's not just HBO stuff. They merged.
They got
Plus with it
Discovery
too.
Because I've been catching up on Deadliest Catch, which I haven't watched in eons. So
I've been watching
that.
BattleBots.
I watched I watched something today. It was that it was like the Curious Case of Elsa. Gosh, I can't remember the name of it. But it was
going to say Benjamin Button.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
No, now I gotta find it. Anyway. But I watched that, and that was, and again, it's one of these like true crime or Curious Case of Natalia Grace. The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. So it's on HBO Max. It's very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That was, to me, that was one of those shows like The Tiger King, to where it was like, these people are insane, and watching them makes me feel stupid, but in the same token, it makes me feel better about my life because I'm not this crazy. So I feel better about myself. And that was the way this one was. So go watch it. It's good. Anyway. What happens? We meet Grief Karga finally. William is on. Hey, William.
Hi, William. My buddy in crime.
And of course, Stephanie is on. Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
Hi, Stephanie.
So we've got we land. He gets his reward. They try to pay him in credits, if I'm not mistaken, Imperial credits, and he blows them off and says no. Then we find out that there's another bounty out there, and under the table, we're not really hiring the guild. We only want the best people for this, blah, 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 blah. And it's Imperials. And it is, of course, we get another showdown with the stormtroopers and, oh gosh, I can't even remember his name now. The client. Who was that? Oh my gosh.
I don't remember either.
I
just remember he was played by Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog. That was the name I was looking for. That's exactly what I was looking for. Who was the actor? Thank you. What? Sopranos, Wire, True Blood. Curb Your Enthusiasm. They didn't want to pay residuals. I thought HBO owned a lot of those. Oh, residuals to the actors and actresses. Okay.
Well, Disney removed a bunch of stuff too.
They took off Artemis Fowl. I'm so happy.
I was gonna say, did that just make your day?
It made my year.
Yeah. Maybe they're gonna retcon it.
Give us Artemis Fowl, directed by a great director like Steven Spielberg or something, and make it like the books. It'll be a great series. But no, they had to get the freaking guy who played Gilderoy Lockhart in Harry Potter to direct that scheisse. Awful.
No, he's good. He directed Thor. He directed the first Thor movie. Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't even like the first Thor movie. I didn't think it was all that great.
Well, whatever.
Wow.
Whatever.
Go ahead. I'd be a hater.
I will. That's Thor. That's the second best Thor movie that there is. Anyway,
Now, as far as the first one, you're talking about Ragnarok, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I'd be crazy not to. But
You would be.
a lot of the things that made Ragnarok good was the fact that it had the Hulk in it. So
You're not wrong.
anyway, all right. So Werner Herzog says we need you to find this thing for us. The little doctor guy shows up, the little nerdy doctor, and basically it's we have another everybody guns, and you think it's going to be another Michael Bay kind of thing, and it's not. So he goes after the target. We meet Nick Nolte as an Ugnaught. And
such interesting casting, but I love it.
Well, and he didn't. I mean, obviously, he did not play the character. He just voiced the character. Yeah, he was just because he was. I think it was a little girl that played the character, if I'm not mistaken. Because he had to be shorter than everybody else. So
I think it was a woman.
Yeah, little girl. I'm sorry. I apologize. A smaller statured female. Small statured female.
Gotta be politically correct.
Well,
So the small statured.
It's not a midget. It's a little person.
So the small statured female got on Slave 1. I'm not afraid to say it. You can censor me all you want to. I don't care. Slave
Canceled.
Somebody put out a meme the other day, and it was the Anakin, Jake Lloyd Anakin, and Padme, and they were conversing, and she says it's the line from episode 1 where she says, "You're a slave," and he says, "No, I'm a person, and my name is Fire Spray." Loved it. I was like,
oh,
it's so stupid.
Hi, William. How's it going? I'm sorry, I'm ranting a little bit. I apologize. Sorry. So anyway, we got off track. Where did I lose everybody? Oh, the short statured female played the Ugnaught. But he really had some decent lines. With the whole "I have spoken," I really thought that one was going to take off a lot further than what it did. I mean, this is the way, caught on, and now you can see a Star Wars fan and you, oh, this is the way, or if you're wearing a shirt like this, just, oh, this is the way. You don't get a "I have spoken."
I still see it on the internet quite a bit. So.
It's out there, but it's not as
it's not quite so prevalent. I mean, the "I have spoken" line was a big thing for like 2 months, and then it went away.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you go back and listen to all of his dialogue, he had some really good dialogue.
He really did.
Like he was just a well-written character.
And it was a shame because, again, spoilers, if you haven't seen it, go see it. He's going to die at the end of this season. So,
what?
Sorry?
Son of a bitch.
Was it this season? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Next to
like
the
last episode.
Yeah. Oh, no. Now I'm sad. Anyway, I'm over it. All right. I'm a horrible person. Talking about short-statured women and over deaths of Ugnaughts. Yes, we said that. Avocado. How are you, Avocado? So we finally get the. I hear myself downstairs. My TV's on, and apparently I'm being watched downstairs. So I've got a little echo in my.
Do 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 do.
So anyway, we get the he learns how to ride the blurred, whatever.
Is that what they were called?
BLURRG, something like that.
Blurg.
Berg.
It's a blurg. But we're introduced, not introduced really, because we already knew it was there, but the whole the mythosaur thing comes back. Your ancestors rode the great mythosaur. Oh, I know he is. I know.
Big brother, always watching.
Always watching. It's the man's trying to keep me down. That's right. So anyway, he learns to ride the blur, which it confused me because he said the only way to get to the city was on these blurgs. He gets him there, and then once he has the child, does he not ride? And this is next episode, so it doesn't matter. But does he not ride the speeder bike back, or does he ride the blurg back?
I don't remember him riding one of the blurgs back.
I don't even know if they show it.
I'm gonna have to. Well, we're gonna have to watch episode 2 anyway for next week, so we'll find out. We'll have that question for you next week. We will have that answer for you.
Tune in to find out what happens in episode 2 of this 3-year-old show.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know. There might be some people who haven't watched the show that are watching this. They'll be just as surprised as we are when we discuss it.
That's right. Or maybe it's something they haven't noticed yet.
What do you mean he didn't ride one back? Oh God, I thought I knew these things.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, he goes into the city. They have the big shootout. We meet IG-11, which has fast become a fan favorite, I think.
Yes.
Just because of the way he I still don't like that season 4 will be focused on Bo-Katan.
Oh, but don't say that because you
no
sexist.
No. This is true. They're going to focus the entire season 4 on Bo-Katan, but it's going to be called the Woe Mandalorian.
Oh my God.
Oh, I am funny. What? That was hilarious. That's comic gold. That's funny.
Maybe comic fool's gold.
Yeah, maybe. I'll take it. Anyway. Thank you for setting that up for me, by the way, Avocado. Appreciate that. Love it. But anyway, so we meet IG-11, and IG-11 seems obsessed with destroying himself. Or was that just me? It was like 4 or 5 times.
I should initiate self-destruct.
No! I cannot be captured. I will initiate self-destruct. What?
And honestly, it makes me wonder just like how destructive is his self-destruct? Are we talking like a cherry bomb, or are we talking Hiroshima?
Well, now wait a minute.
It looks like a thermal detonator.
Yeah,
chest, right?
because well, again, spoilers. He self-destructs himself at the end of this season. That's 2 deaths now we have at the end of the season. All right, I'm over it. Because he'll blow himself up in the when they're floating down the lava river and they're coming to the opening of the cave.
Yeah.
And they knew all the troopers were there, and he runs ahead and says, blows everything up and says, "Okay, everybody's dead." And so sad.
Like a real hero.
It wasn't as sad. It didn't get me as much as Chirrut and Baze did in Rogue One, but
I'm not gonna lie. Those deaths in Rogue One, I mean, not my favorite Star Wars film, but man, that moment hit me in the feels. Like I'm talking, it was a gut punch.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. Oh, okay. I'm still not over that one. I'm not. I'll never be over that one.
They deserve more than one movie.
Exactly. We need a prequel. Filoni, Favreau, we know you're watching. Kennedy, we know you're out there too.
It'll be Rogue 0.5.
Exact. No, make it something called like the Guardians of the Wills, and then focus on them. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. We need to when this posts, we need to go in and add a hashtag or tag Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Maybe they'll watch it and listen to us. Maybe. We know you watch, guys. We know you're there. Anyway, so big firefight. We get the Michael Bay explosions. And then we find out that IG-11 is there to murder the target. Just to flat out murder him. And we get our first look at the target. And of course, this just like sent shockwaves all over the Star Wars fandom. Just everybody was like, oh, because you got this clever little marketing tool that you can sell all kinds of toys about and make tons and tons and tons of money. Because it is a baby Yoda. That's what everybody called. I mean, for a long time. And even today, people are still like, oh, that Samuel, my youngest, still, oh, baby Yoda. It's like, well, no, not really, but sure, why not?
Close enough.
It's fine. It's fine. At least you recognize that it's Star Wars related. I'll take it where I can get it.
Now, I don't recall, because I haven't watched the first season and since it aired. Honestly, did we ever find out who sent IG-11 to kill Grogu?
I don't think so.
Well, Herzog really didn't care if he came in dead or alive. The Dr. Pershing about had a heart attack. He said, no,
I want him alive.
We want him alive.
Yeah, but IG-11 was there to destroy him.
To destroy him.
Yeah, but
so,
I don't know if Herzog hired IG-11
maybe as a failsafe.
Yeah, just because he didn't want him alive, or I don't know. I don't know if we did or not. Might be something we find out.
Well,
we've been 3 seasons in and we
haven't wanted him alive. Because Dr. Pershing was in the cloning field. Werner Herzog's character definitely wanted him alive, but I don't think he sent IG-11. Did he? If he did, that's a detail I should remember.
Herzog said,
throughout this season anyway, he is being hunted by other hunters. It's not just Din Djarin that has gone after him. It is like there's others out there looking for him because the others they find him, they kill him, they got the tags, the markers or whatever. So it's not just Mando. Maybe now
somebody in the Republic.
Well, why would the Republic want to destroy him? The Republic would want the Jedi back.
But then bringing back Palpatine.
What about Thrawn? Maybe it was Thrawn. Because we know he's active at this point.
That could be. And
we want to stop the Emperor from returning because we want the power. Oh, that's It's an interesting
brought up in the Ahsoka series.
An interesting theory I have just come up with.
Easter eggs abound.
I'm waiting to see now. All right, come on, bring on Ahsoka. We want to see. So anyway, we get this clever little marketing tool. We get the lovely. I think there was a bunch of shirts done with the silhouettes of Mando, and it's like the Sistine Chapel and God and Adam, and they're touching the fingers.
Oh, it's so cute.
It was just adorable. It made me sick.
So sweet it gave me cavities.
That's right. So, again, this episode was only like 35 minutes, maybe.
Was it that short?
It was 45, but by the time you account for 5 or 10 minutes of credits, the next one is 34 minutes.
The next one is even shorter, but the next one is that the Mudhorn? That's the Mudhorn episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Mudhorn and the Jawas.
It's called The Child.
No, hey Chewie.
Sorry.
No. I hadn't seen him all night. I was getting worried.
We just see a blur of fur just fly across the screen behind you.
We said Mudhorn, and she was like, "Woohoo!"
Got all excited.
Yeah, well, when we get to that episode, I got a few things to say about that. I think that is a damn good episode.
We'll be there next week. Episode 2, The Child, coming up. So anyway, overall thoughts on this?
I think this was a great pilot episode. You know, it does what a pilot episode is supposed to do. It sets up our main character, shows us what he's about, and gives him something to fight for. That's it. That is a great setup for our titular character. So, I mean, yeah, kudos to them. They checked all the boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not many shows are successful at hooking you at the very first episode. Sometimes it takes a few episodes. Hell, sometimes it takes a whole season to get hooked into a show. But I thought they did so well at hooking you very first episode. I mean, the brilliance of getting Pedro Space Daddy Pascal to voice.
He's a gold mine in Hollywood right now.
I'm telling you.
He wasn't back then. I mean, he'd been on Game of Thrones, but you know,
this was like in 1995. I remember this because in 1995, when Toy Story came out, everybody thought that was such a huge thing because Tom Hanks and Woody Allen were like huge right there. You had Woody Allen, not Woody Allen,
Tim Allen.
I was like, where did Woody Allen?
Woody, you know, Tom Hanks was Woody Allen.
Wow. I was like, whoo, I must have grown up in a different
my brain was moving faster than my mouth was.
It's an alternate universe where Mr. Potato Head is played by Owen Wilson.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
So anyway, so that was a big deal, though, having Tim Allen and Tom Hanks because they were huge at that time. But when they had recorded those voices, they weren't. Got him. Tom Hanks had recorded the voice for Woody, and then he went and did movies like Philadelphia and Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan, and then all of a sudden, bam, here he is, and you're like, this guy's huge, and
he's a household name,
and he's in a cartoon now. And then the same thing with Tim Allen too, to where it was okay. Tim Allen's playing Buzz, and then all of a sudden he gets his own show, Home Improvement, and he's on every night of the week. And well,
I think he was already Home Improvement was already on, and Tom Hanks. He had Bosom Buddies, and then he had his breakthrough movie, Big.
Now, we don't count the comedies. When you jump into Philadelphia and Forrest Gump, and he starts winning an Oscar, like every year at the Oscars, it's like, okay, what's Tom Hanks going to do this time? What's he going to win this time?
Well, I will never forget Tom Hanks's. I think his first starring role was in a movie called Mazes and Monsters, and it was made to be propaganda against Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons, yeah. I saw that the other day. It was on. I think it's on Tubi right now. Tubi or Peacock, one of the two.
Guys, what am I doing here?
Yeah, that was. It was yeah.
So stupid.
It's awful. God. That's one of those 80s movies that you go, well, not all of the 80s movies were great. I'm sorry. It's there.
Yeah,
Not
Hanks
everything in the 80s was great.
Hanks had a couple of bloopers. He had Joe the volcano, and
I liked Joe versus the
Uh,
volcano. I
Blurb.
own that on DVD. And what?
uh,
The Burbs? Seriously? It had Princess Leia in it, for crying out loud.
Okay, did any of you
Money
see, did any of you see the terminal?
That was even better. Oh my gosh, are you crazy? Ah, Debbie, no.
I think I've thoroughly insulted Dave.
Early Tom Hanks is good because he's funny and you can laugh at him.
Yep. he was funny until he started starring in movies like The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
And Angels and Demons.
Angels and Demons. And
like the Da Vinci Code.
what was
and
that?
Angels
He did one that my dad really liked, and it was right on the heels of Road to Perdition. It's kind of like right on the heels of Forrest Gump, and Tom Hanks is a big guy, and it's like, oh, this is going to be the next big Oscar-winning movie, and it was like, not so much.
Green Mile was great.
Green Mile was amazing. The Green Mile that's one of those ones where I read the book, or the it's not a book, it's like a mini series. It was like a bunch of novellas. There's like 5 of them. But that was one of those ones to where that movie actually stuck pretty darn close to the way the book was written. I mean, there were a few things left out, but for the most part, it was right where it needed to be.
That was a Stephen King, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure was.
That's probably one of the very few movies that kind of stayed true to King's books.
Well, just movies in general. That's one of those ones to where it's like, you got the names right, but no, this one was.
I was gonna say, not every Stephen King adaptation has done that very well.
Very true.
But well, Stephen King, any novel to movie adaptation there's very few of them that stick close to where they need to be. But that one gets props. We like that one. Anyway, now that we have thoroughly chased the Tom Hanks rabbit, do we need to add Tom Hanks to your picture here, Debbie?
No.
No.
Harrison
But
Ford is way cooler.
He looks so good there, right next to who can we put him next to? Yeah, put him next to Hemsworth there. He'll be fine. Oh, click. There we go.
Yeah, just replace Harrison Ford with Tom Hanks. I'm sure.
Now don't be speaking blasphemy. If Debbie
yeah, lightning might come down and strike you.
I'm going down without a fight, by God.
So anyway,
well, I have one more thing to say about.
Oh, go for it,
Mando.
Since we are talking about Mando and not Tom Hanks.
Since we are, that is the subject of our show tonight. The one thing that I thought was so unique, and I still think it still is, and it really brought it home when I watched it this evening before our show, but the music.
Oh.
It was not anything like Star Wars whatsoever. And it was done by what's his name?
Ludwig Göransson.
And the thing that killed me was that I didn't particularly like it when I first heard it. And when they released, because they really didn't play the majority of that theme until further into the show, into the first episode.
And it may have even been like at the credits. At the end credits, I mean.
Yeah, that too. But the only thing because what really bugged me was that, to me, there was elements in there that sounded like the theme from Rocky. Because I was like, why does this sound like Rocky? Mm-hmm. And so when I looked this guy up, he did the theme for Creed.
Oh.
And I was like,
Well, there you go.
That's why it sounds like Rocky.
I didn't catch that at all.
Oh yeah.
Although there's versions of that song out there on YouTube to where it'll start off with the flute and it'll get into it, but somewhere in there's like a riff to where they go where it's good, the bad, and the ugly. They'll throw in a good, the bad, and the ugly riff, and I'm like, oh well, of course, that's a lovely nod because we're dealing with a western in space, and good, the bad, and the ugly is a western. One of the more noticeable westerns, mainly because of the music. So yeah,
right. And the thing is in season 3, the music changed. Ludwig is not doing it anymore. Somebody else is.
I did not notice that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch season 3.
Tell you don't hear those. Well, at least not as often. You don't hear those unique instruments that he uses, because he uses very unique instruments. They're not your typical orchestra.
Yeah, it's a bass recorder. Bass recorder.
Yeah, they're very unique,
and I'm
very weird.
When I say recorder, I'm talking about that stupid thing that they made you play in 5th grade.
6th grade, yeah. But yeah,
everybody had to buy one, and everybody had to learn how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb on it.
If you listen to season 3, you'll notice the change in music. And I can't remember off the top of my head who's doing the music now, but it's not Ludwig. Outside of the main theme, it's not Ludwig Göransson. Which I was like, why didn't
maybe he was working on something else.
Could be.
Moved on to bigger and better things.
You're sitting on a friggin' gold mine right now, and you're gonna move on to bigger and better things. Ugh. This is like I honestly, I think I read somewhere, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I think I read somewhere that Mando season 3, the season premiere of season 3, was like the highest viewed streaming show that has ever been, that had like the highest viewership for a streaming show like ever.
I believe it.
Thus far. So I think I read that. I'm maybe wrong, but I'm
until Ahsoka comes out.
Yeah. Oh geez. That one's gonna blow up.
I can't wait to see how many freaking flashback episodes there are.
Oh yeah. They'll bring Hayden Christensen back, and we'll have a Clone Wars.
Maybe he'll just be a Force ghost.
He's already on the cast list, if I'm not mistaken.
Or maybe we'll just recap Order 66
again. Here we go again.
But that wouldn't make sense for her show because they were not together.
Well, and they were not together, and even from her perspective, it's already been done. So we don't need to see it in live action. It's fine the way it is. And I know Dave Filoni likes to go, hey, remember this? I did this.
Tell Dave Filoni that we don't need to see something in live action because it's going to happen. God damn it.
Sorry, Dave. Don't do that. We've already seen it. It's perfect. Leave it alone. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to bring Hayden in, which kind of worries me. I mean, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for Hayden because I love Hayden. And
I mean,
damn it, if they could find a way to bring Ewan in too, I would be in heaven. Or maybe Ghost Harrison Ford. Who knows?
But besides Force Ghosts and flashbacks, the only other logical way that I could figure out for them to bring in Hayden again would be to have her like be in the world between worlds and have her look through one of those windows into the past and see maybe Hayden doing Order 66, or maybe see him fighting Obi-Wan and see it from like a different perspective or something. You know,
I'm willing to bet we're not going to go that deep into it because there's a lot of Star Wars fans out there that haven't seen Rebels and they're just like, it's not my cup of tea. I don't want to watch it. And maybe they've even seen only like 1 or 2 episodes because it's like, oh, Kenobi's going to fight Darth Maul for the final time, and we want to see that. But the world between world episodes, I think I think you're introducing something there into a live action that
But it's
really
literally
the
her
hard
logo.
core.
That's the logo. It says Ahsoka, and the thing around it is the world.
It's how they retcon the sequel trilogy.
Oh no.
No.
Stop.
Bad.
Yeah, so I'm excited, and he may only be in one episode. Who knows? I mean, I'm excited regardless, because anything with Hayden in it, I'll watch.
I'd have to go. Hang on, because you can probably. I was looking at.
Does it say how many episodes?
I think it's 8.
8.
No, I meant how many he's in. Sometimes they'll say.
Well, yeah. Because that's what I was just. That's what I was just.
7.
He's in one episode.
There you
Flashback
go.
episode.
So and wow, Hera's only in one episode as well, according to IMDb.
I can't believe that.
But okay, so let's take this with a grain of salt because Ezra and Thrawn are also in one episode.
They don't want to give too much away, so.
Oh, and Ray Stevenson's only in one episode.
No.
So, and Tamora Morrison is only in one episode. Now,
yeah, they do that just so they can't give too much away. I mean,
right, and that's what I was just thinking. I mean, everybody knows Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka, and she's going to be in all 8 episodes. And Sabine Wren is going to be in all 8 episodes. So
unless Mando comes in and it becomes Mando 3.5. Just saying.
It's Lucasfilm's best kept secret.
So anyway, I completely lost where we're going. No, we don't want world. I don't want world between worlds. I don't think we need it. I think Hayden will. Yes, most likely be either a Force ghost or a flashback, and maybe even touch on like a couple of Clone Wars episodes that people are more familiar with.
So, I mean, if we could have just a few minutes of a flashback of Anakin training young Ahsoka, not played by Rosario Dawson because that would just be kind of weird. But
Ashley Eckstein, bring Ashley in. She's small.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's
young Ahsoka.
She is short of stature. I apologize. Sorry. Get it again.
Sticking your foot right back in that mouth.
Dang it. She is vertically challenged.
Well, we're PC around here. Check your privileges, brah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'd like to see Hayden with the long hair again.
Bring back that glorious mullet.
The Jedi
I like
mullet.
him with the long hair. That's sexy as shit.
All right. Yeah. Well, I take your word for it.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any pictures of him with the long hair. I'm sorry. Or video, I should say.
Yeah. That's okay. Nope. Everyone knows the Padawan braid was cooler.
Oh, I'm not.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
He's just so adorable.
There's your Padawan braid. Go for it. I know you're just retching at the lines, and that's fine too. But
disgusting.
Kitty, you are driving me crazy. Anyway, all right. Shameless plugs. Debbie, you got anything? Geek and I, are you doing that this week?
I don't know. I was texting Biscardi earlier, and he has not responded yet, so I'm not sure what we're doing.
He was having some trouble with his voice, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had a show last night. It was
the Indiana Jones one, right?
Yeah, we were talking about the Indiana Jones movies, because we're leading up into Dial of Destiny. So if you love Indiana Jones, go check out the Geek and I podcast. That's up. Monday, we will be doing episode 1 of Secret Invasion.
55 minutes.
Nick Fury is back.
Yes, sir.
It's just all kinds of confusing because you don't know who's who.
Of course.
They only had Martin Freeman listed in one episode too, by the way, Debbie. On IMDb, I mean.
Well, yeah.
For Secret Invasion.
Well, yeah, because it's we've only had one episode.
Yeah, but they've got many other people listed for different varying episodes. So. Oh, and if you
did he die in this episode? He didn't die in this episode.
He didn't, but the scroll mimicking him did.
Maybe he's in one of those contraption things.
Maybe. Kira is also in this, by the way. Emilia Clarke. So.
Khaleesi.
I've got a good story about that, but I'm going to save it for Monday. MCU Mondays. Go check us out. MCU Mondays. Same time, but on Monday night. Same time as this show, 8:30 Central Standard Time. But same bat time.
Well,
same bat channel, but different exactly bat day.
We are on a new channel. This is appearing on the new channel.
Oh, that's right. Let's plug the new channel real quick. Geek News Now Official. That's our YouTube channel. Go ahead, and if you're watching on the old channel, that's fine. It's still going to be here, but we're moving everything over to Geek News Now Official. So go look at that. Transfer or follow us there, like us there, smash the alert button so you know when we go live. It'll be great. It's awesome. There's a plug for I hope you're satisfied, Dave. We plug the channel. We also have a Cam. Before I get to mine, Cam, what you got? Shameless plugs.
My first new video just went up about a half hour ago onto the new Geek News Now YouTube channel. It is a 60-second suggestion for the 2013 film Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. One of my all-time favorite films. Really, really great love story. Check it out if you haven't.
Her.
And then next week, it's probably going to be the Friday after the next episode of Cantina Happy Hour airs, but it's going to be an in-depth review about the latest Adam Driver film 65, which I honestly feel like that film is misunderstood and kind of underrated. I have a lot to say about it. I don't think
is it streaming anywhere yet?
I think you can rent it on Amazon, but I don't know about free.
Yeah, otherwise
on Voodoo.
Yeah, otherwise I don't think it's streaming anywhere else. But I think that film is very misunderstood, and I don't think it's like film of the year or nothing like that. But I think it's a great effort from some rookie directors. So I have a lot to talk about it. So that'll be next, I think Friday.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to that because I still haven't even seen it, and I can't even see.
I'll be talking spoilers.
I know you will. Wait, no, I don't even want to know. I had a theory about 65, but I don't want to know if it's true yet. I want to watch for myself and figure it out. So that's next Friday. Again, that's going to be on the new Geek News Now Official on YouTube. Plug it in, like us, do all that kind of fun stuff. Also, if you go to the Facebook page, Geek News Now, look up Geek News Now. We are having a lovely giveaway right now. It's it's 2 Batman items for your kitchen. We have this lovely cutting board that was that we picked up at Fan Expo. It's great. And then there is another one that's the popcorn maker, Batman popcorn maker. So 2 prizes, 2 different winners. It's going to be awesome. Popcorn maker, cutting board. Go check it out. It's good stuff. There's ways that you can get like multiple entries, and we'll ship it to you, and it's going to be great. And then other than that, I think Geek Gauntlet. Don't forget Geek Gauntlet. It's on 10 Eastern on right here on GNN Saturday nights. They kind of discuss a little bit of everything.
everything.
Yep, little bit of everything. So depending on what your geekdom is, anime or Doctor Who or Star Wars or Star Trek, whatever the news of the week is, that's where you're gonna find it. It's Geek News Now Official. Geek News Now Official. Well, that will be it for us then, unless anybody has anything else. I'll take that as a no. And we will see you all next week. We're discussing Mando episode 2. Y'all have a great week. May the force be with you all.